Okay, and we are live. Hey everyone, my name is Brian. I'm from DoraHacks, and today I have the great pleasure of moderating the very first ever demo session for the Celestia's community pick for the Infinite Space Bazaar hackathon. The community pick is a program where Celestia token holder community members who are staking their Celestia token will actually be allowed to vote anonymously through a technology called MACI, which is minimal anti-collusion infrastructure deployed on Dora Voda, which is a blockchain developed by the Dora Factory team. They'll be able to actually vote on which most promising hackathon projects from the Celestia Infinite Space Bazaar should receive an additional funding amount from a total pool of $10,000. So this is a really exciting moment for the Celestia community and their developers. We're really excited to have some of, not all, because not everyone was able to make it, but we're happy to have many of the Celestia developers here on this call today who will be presenting their project to you. That way you can make an informed decision as a Celestia voter which teams you would like to support. So it's my great pleasure to have the opportunity to present this today. I want to thank all of the developers for submitting projects to this hackathon, as well as being here today for this demo session. I don't want to take too much of anyone's time, but if anyone has any questions throughout the course of this demo session, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of the developers here. I'm sure they'd be happy to share ways for you to get in touch with them. And you can also reach out to DoraHacks either on Twitter or X now, as it's called, or on Telegram. The handle is @DoraHacksOfficial. The structure for this demo session is we'll turn it over to each of the developer teams. They'll have 5 minutes to demonstrate their project to the audience. And then at the end of the demo session, I'll take some time to walk the audience through the process of voting. That way, if they are a TIA token staker, they'll know exactly how to navigate the voting page and how to vote for their favorite projects. So without further ado, I'd love to turn it over to the wonderful developers we have on the call today and start these demos. The first team that will be presenting is Blessed.
Um, uh, the thing is, over my play, hold on 1 second. Now we go. So my name is Dowd. I'm one of the members of the Blast team. And I stated last time when we finished, like after the hackathon is before the hackathon. So I run you through what we did in the hackathon and what we did afterwards. So imagine that you're really keen on attending an event of your favorite artist or your favorite conference, and you picked your time when the tickets are getting released. You go into the website, you prepared everything, and you want your tickets, and all of a sudden you're getting into that virtual queue for 2 or 3 hours. You're refreshing all the time, and you're just figuring out at the end that the event was sold out. Then you head on to other options as the secondary market, and you're trying to get a ticket there, but the prices are skyrocketed and you can't really afford that. And there must be a better solution how to do that. And we tackled that problem. So what did we do? We came up, like, I don't know if any one of you has been at the ECC. There we had like over 300 different events. So at first we came up like with different filtering, like where we can say what is going on, like when, uh, who is the speaker. So you can filter different events. And what we focused on, if you go to the event site, we have something down here which we call interactive window, and there we have 4 different phases. So in these phases we have lottery 1, lottery 2, auction 1, and auction 2. Lottery 1 is like a regular lottery. So think of something that kicks up a VAF, and there you can see if your lucky number matches the number that the organizer gave out. If that's the case, then you are capable to win a ticket. Also, we can have a tolerance with different neighboring numbers. And the second phase it would be lottery 2. And there it's like something that the buyer triggers. So the buyer can trigger as often as they want the VAF, and they always will get a different number. And if that number matches with the target number, then they are capable to mint a ticket. There we also have the concept of neighboring numbers again, and the FOMO phase at the end, so it gets easier to get a ticket. Then we have the auctions, and in those auctions, we have the first auction where we have something with different rounds. These rounds always have a dedicated amount of tickets and a certain price to it. If these tickets are getting sold in that round, that means that the demand was fine for that round, and that means that the price increases in the next round. If that's not the case, the price will decrease, and like that, we are getting a dynamic pricing out of it. And the last part of it would be a leadership auction where you can see who won, and it could be the top 3, top 50, top 100, whatever you do. And the ones which are eligible are allowed to mint again a ticket. So what did we do? We after the hackathon, we did a lot of research. We engaged with tons of people from the event industry. We worked a lot on the branding, and we expanded on the one hand our functionalities, and on the other hand also our team. We're right now 8 people working full-time on that. And we went into shipping because we coded a lot. We iterated based on the research and the feedback we got. And we did an audit with our friends from CD Securities. So basically what we have right now is a public good for anyone who wants to tackle the ticketing the same way how we envisioned it. And that's something that works within the stack that we picked within the hackathon. So that's Gelato, and we focused on EVM chains, and we used Optimism, but we can use also Arbitrum or Polygon or the Binance chain. So everything that is supported by Gelato, we can support as well. And if there are now any questions from your side, then please feel free and post these questions whereby you stated they should come at the end, right?
Thanks, Dodd. I'll ask one question. I'll ask this question to everyone who presents because it's something that I'm sure the community will be interested to learn, which is if you, with the money you receive from this community voting round, what would you put it towards in terms of further development of the project?
Like we bootstrapped like the whole project, so we had like a lot of cost for the audit. We would recoup that, but we tried to keep on going. So we would just pay everyone who needs a salary. A few people of our team are working for free on it, but the rest of it needs to be paid. And besides our bootstrap funds that we have, we would allocate them to the developers.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions for Bless Team, feel free to leave them in the chat, or we can follow up after the meeting as well. So thank you, Dodd. Appreciate it. Next up, we have Yermund to present Sloth Chain and pessimistic validation.
All right, I guess I need audio. Good. All right, so yeah, my name is Yermund Garba. Yeah, so I have 2 projects that are both under the same vote option, Sloth Chain, and the projects are Lazy Chain and Pessimistic Validation. A bit of a rename there. So yeah, my name is Yermund Garba. I work at the IBC team. So the first one, previously Sloth Chain, which started as a sort of just a fun side thing for me because I was interested in like what it would be like to build a optimistic rollup for like the sloths, which is turning into quite a big project with a bunch of people involved from the sloth community. So lazy chain is happening. It's going to be a bridging of sloths, and it's going to be a lot of interesting things happening there. One of the main goals of it will be to sort of try to expand it, like the sloth community beyond the current limitation of the number of NFTs. By having more ways to engage and to get involved. There will be fun games, lazy games, DeFi stuff, and other products that will sort of be able to launch and leverage that community. So it will be not just it will be a lazy chain, but it will have actual stuff on it. There will be an on-chain merch store, most likely, and yeah, basically a place for experiments and lazy fun. So meme chain, and it's going to be a roll-up based on Rollkit. So that's that one. Pessimistic validation. It started out as a tool to try to enable IBC for optimistic rollups. So basically, because optimistic rollups have very bad UX in terms of bridging, where you have like this 7-day period you need to wait before you can actually take out assets. So what has happened since then is that we figured out a good way to actually do this, to expand this concept that started here to actually work with IBC on any chain, and also be able to support like CK proofs and stuff later, to gather CK proofs from proving networks and stuff. So I'm going to try not to go too technical on this, but basically the concept is that you have a proof of stake chain, can be any Cosmos chain, that uses all or some of its validators configurable to run full nodes of whatever chain you need to use. So in the optimistic world, you just run a full node, and then you basically put the state into a light client. And then when you do that, you have basically the same security that you have on any other thing, as long as you trust the validators, which is basically the same concept as previously. So, and when you do that, you get just normal IBC, and that can be expanded to work with an EVM or Solana or whatever. So basically any chain that can implement IBC, and with IBC Eureka that is coming up, which is a simplified version, or a much easier to implement version, it's going to be very, very easy to implement direct IBC to any of these chains. So this is one way of doing that, using basically a generalized light client where you have your own validators to run some part of the network. And yeah, the goal is to get IBC everywhere. Also for optimistic rollups and for EVM and anything. And it's actually true IBC, not like through some special extra intermediaries you need to trust, which is sort of the goal. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The projects are lazy chain and pessimistic validation, both optionist slots chain, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Yermund. So what is your future roadmap for both of these projects, and what specifically would the community funding allow you to achieve in the short term?
So short term for lazy chain is there's a devnet running already, but it's a testnet next, and then of course a mainnet release of that. So it's basically all those things that I mentioned previously. Not all of them are done, but that's what you're going to be funding. For pessimistic validation, it's to be able to enable IBC everywhere. So the short-term roadmap is to get it on a testnet with Stargaze and connect lazy chain to it, and some other chains that are also interested. So that's it.
Nice, awesome. Thank you so much. Next up for the demos, we have Celestia GPT.
So sorry. Hello guys, I'm Asharib Ali and I'm going to present my project Celestia GPT. I think you are not hearing me. Can you please
We can
confirm?
hear you. We can hear
All
you,
right.
and you're
All
sharing your
right.
screen. You're all good.
All right, sir. All right. That's great. So this is my project, Celestia GPT. Let me share what actually it is. So basically, I'm Asharib from Pakistan, and this is my project Celestia GPT. So Celestia GPT is basically a cutting edge virtual assistant for the Celestia community and developers. It provides rapid, accurate answers and deep insights and all other stuffs about the Celestia and the things related to it. So the problem statement, everyone knows that community and developers want to understand and build on the top of Celestia, but they does not know how to start and how to do their stuffs. So this is the proposed solution. It is basically a real-time assistant chatbot, which helps the developer and community to understand and build on the top of Celestia. So it has the following features, and it gives some benefits to the community and developers as well. This is the tech stack which I'm using behind the scenes. Basically, all the things are managed by the Flowwise, which is an orchestration of flow tool, which manage and uh, do all of the things behind the scene. So the future improvements which I have in mind is I want to expand the knowledge base, and I want it to connect it from the internet, like the and for the analytics stuffs. If it would connect to X, it would provide good analytics for the Celestia community. Something which let me first show you the project. So basically, this is the project which is working fine, and it is live on the production stage. All you have to do is provide your email and name, and then you can access the chatbot and ask any type of questions. These are the things which I have improved uh, uh, from the first time which I present the Celestia GPT. I have added the username and email functionality. I have improved the UI and UX of the chatbot across different viewports. I have optimized the code base for better performance. I have changed it so that I can rely it on better catching and distribution within rate limiting functionality. Also, I have improved the prompt engineering part so that it gives the better answers.
I think did his laptop just die? That's pretty funny. In the middle, I think I just saw that his laptop said low battery, and then he just got booted from the meeting. That was quick, no warning. Oh well. Well, if ChatGPT team is able to rejoin, we'll come back to them at the end of this live stream, and we can ask questions about the meeting there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, not much of a warning period at all. Like just said low battery, you're done. That's too bad. Well, hopefully ChatGPT team is able to rejoin. But in the meantime, we'll continue on. The next team meant to demo is private Venn mode. So please come share your screen and start presenting. I believe that should be Kamal.
Yes, sir. I hope I'm audible. Okay, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Kamal, and so I'm from the team Private Ven Mode. And so I'm very happy to present my project Private Ven Mode on the demo day. So Private Ven Mode focuses on fast, safe, on-chain social payments, gifting, and donations on the L3 rollup. Private Ven Mode is deployed on the L3 rollup that settles on mode and uses Celestia as the data availability layer. This ensures efficient, secure, and scalable transactions. So these are the different contract addresses. This is the main contract, and these are the tokens that we currently support, including Inco. So private Ven Mode, what are the features that we support? So we support like time locked gift. So you can schedule your gift to be unlocked at a future date, adding excitement to birthdays, anniversaries, and special occasions. You can provide the gift claim codes. So you can send gifts along with a special message and have a claiming code. So that claim code would be needed by the receiver in order to receive your gift. And we have recurring gifts. So you can set up continuous joy by scheduling recurring gifts, ensuring your loved ones or favorite charities receive regular support. And then we have charity donations, where we support verified charities directly using the L3 rollup. And we are decentralized and secure. And the best part is encrypted messaging. So as we know that blockchains are public by default, so anyone can read all the transactions, including the message that you send inside the gift. So for this, we made encrypted messaging possible on even on the L3, utilizing fully homomorphic encryption technology powered by INCO, Hyperlane, and Kurtosis. Now let's take in a quick look of how the platform functions. So yeah, so this is the dashboard. So where you can send tokens along with a secret message, as I said, to your friends by wrapping it in a gift. Now let's see what are the details that you would need in order to send. So the details are simple. You select a token, you select who you want to send to, you select the method like simple, time lock, or recurring base, and you write an encrypted message to go along with the transfer. And yeah, that's all. And you have to set a unique claim code that would be utilized by the receiver in order to receive. So now let's go through how this works. So here you can select the tokens that our platform supports, like Paper, USDC, USDT. And after you fill in all these details, see here I'm sending a messages. So you can also choose to send like a public if that's what you want, and a claim code. After this, you would click on send token, and a transaction would pop up asking you to first approve the tokens, the amount that you want to send. And once you approve, you can send it. Going through this. So yeah, so you have successfully transferred the tokens, and now your balance would be reduced by the amount that you sent. And let's go ahead. So after that, I'm showing on a receiver side where you change the wallet address. And this is the receiver. For the receiver, he can claim his gift by selecting the token and the claim code that was set while sending the gift. So once you select the amount, then you would click on claim gift, and the gift would be claimed by the receiver. Now, this is the feature of time lock gift, where you can set a fixed amount of unlock time. So after a certain amount of period, it unlocks. So you would put all the details, you would wrap in, and you would set. So that's how you would send it. Now we have some architecture diagrams on how private encrypted messages are made possible on the L3. So we are utilizing INCO blockchain's FHE, which is fully homomorphic encryption. By that, what I mean is the message is encrypted and a key CAC 256 hash is generated, and the message is sent from the L3 rollup to the INCO side, and we have a handle function on the INCO side, and an event is emitted which says the receive the ciphertext, and then there's an off-chain oracle that utilizes it to bridge. Now, this architecture was very much necessary due to the fact that direct bridging was utilizing 1/3 of the ETH block, which is very costly. So we converted the ciphertext to hash and then bridged it. So that now, how does this look in action is, so if you want to bridge using the encrypted,
that's your five.
Yeah.
That's your 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just want to keep it fair to all of the presenters. But I'm happy to ask you a follow-up question though, which is what's your future roadmap for this project? With the money that you'll receive from this community voting round.
Yeah. So for the future round, we want to make the platform more intuitive for the users to utilize. We want to support more tokens, include more features. Like you saw, the architecture is pretty complex, and we want to make it much simpler in order for users to easily encrypt their messages and send it. Yeah, that's all. We would like to have a streaming features too. Like now we have time locked gifts and sending the gifts directly, but having a streaming feature where you can stream your tokens, like sending it like every hour one token would be pretty cool to have. those are the main features on our roadmap currently.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate the demo. Next
Yeah,
up, we have the Block Bazaar team to come demo their project.
Yeah, hello everybody. Let me check. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. It's great to be here, I have to say. My name is Sami, and I am part of Cumulo team. And we participate in ESB representing the Loom Tree House with Block Bazaar. And I have to say that we were the winners at Best Storytelling category at the hackathon, and we are so happy for that. Also in Cumulo, we are validators at Celestia and community builders. That is the reason we know firsthand both the needs of our community to acquire knowledge and the challenge Celestia faces in communicating very new technical concepts. After those weeks of participating in the hackathon, we realized how valuable the workshops were, and we wanted to make sure that this content was not lost. And so we came up with a fun way to reintroduce the whole community to see those workshops and learn and connect with the project. Essentially, let me check if this works. Okay. Yeah, essentially, Block Bazaar is a series of interactive comics that we will publish weekly. Each episode is an adaptation of the hackathon workshops, transforming the key ideas, explaining it in them into futuristic fantasy narrative. And in addition to the comics, we launched a dedicated website where you can find all the episodes, and we also developed an interactive dashboard that will showcase projects that use Celestia as datability layer. And yeah, we have observed in the Celestia community a growing curiosity and need to access specific information about these projects. There are some in some way related to Celestia. Yeah, the official ecosystem website is useful, but perhaps does not provide such a deep insight. And so we collect all the data to create an up-to-date registry that is accessible to all. It's so nice. And this log is available through our interactive dashboard and has some file on GitHub for if someone wants to research or check. It's also on GitHub. And to increase the community participation and engagement, we implemented the weekly raffles of TIA tokens among participants and people who see the episodes with comments on the announcements. And yeah, this is the Explorer. Okay. And yeah, in short, we wanted to create a fun and engaging space where everyone can interact and grow in its knowledge. And now I think it's done. Thank you. And we hope you enjoy Block Bazaar as much as we enjoyed creating it.
Thanks, Sammy. Yeah, I was going to follow up and ask where can the audience find Block Bazaar to check out some of those interactive journeys, but you just posted the QR code to the website right there. So if anyone's interested in learning more, definitely please check it out. Okay.
Nice, thank you.
Next up, we've got the La Multisig team, which developed the modular AlphaJor model for this hackathon. I think I saw them join the chat, so please feel free to share your screen and demo your submission.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I am doing it right now. Give me a sec. And for your knowledge, my name is Minstein. I am from Argentina. We earned the second, we earned in the Infinite Space Bazaar hackathon. We received the second the second prize in the storytelling track, and we are very happy on that. And let me, it's here. Are you watching it?
Yep, you're all good.
Yeah, perfect. So we developed an infographic to teach people about what is the modular blockchain, using a funny thing, which is the something very part of our culture in Argentina. The alfajor. The alfajor is a sweet that everybody eats here in Argentina, and it has different layers, and we use that as a way to explain and the different layers of a blockchain in a funny way. And this is an easy and funny and accessible way to teach people, to educate people about the modular blockchain. But this isn't the only thing that we are going to do. And this is only the beginning of a series of and infographics we are building to educate people in Spanish, and this obviously this model is in English because to participate and in the hackathon, but we also did it in Spanish, and we distributed among all the communities here in Argentina and Latin America to teach about the potential of this new way of view blockchains in a modular vision. And on the other hand, that the potential of Latin America has become a Web3 hub.
Latin has immense potential for Web3 adoption.
Wait, sorry. I don't know what happened. That's it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So if you were to receive some money from the community with this voting round, I'm assuming a lot of that would go into growing the Celestia developer and education presence in Latin America.
Yeah. Sorry, my presentation. Well, I did a mistake with my presentation. Yeah, our goals with this money is to keep doing this and to distribute this kind of infographics. And also, at the beginning of the year, and we host the first modular meetup in Latin America. It was here in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. We received more than 75 attendees, and all the people were asking what is Celestia, what is this new vision of modular blockchain from the user base of here in Buenos Aires. And that's why we started with this to write this kind of content, and our goal, and after this is to keep doing this kind of meetups and foster the community development of Celestia and here in Buenos Aires.
Excellent, very cool. Thank you so much for presenting.
Thank you.
We'll now move on to our Thank you. We'll now move on to our final demo of the session, which is Celestia Hubble. So thanks for your patience, Alex. I know you've been dying to present, so I'll turn it over to you now.
Yep. Thank you for arranging this party. And yeah, hi everyone, I'm Alex, and I'm excited to introduce you to our project, the Hubble Celestia Network Dashboard. And yep, here it is. So, so how we came up to this idea? We decided to design something for communities, so it will be much more easier to see what's really happening on Celestia networks, to showcase the dynamic landscape of all these interchain communications, of all relay roll-up activities and other things. So, and as a result, we came with this project. As you see in the center, you can see the big globe. This is Celestia globe, and on the surface of this globe, you can see real-time transactions that are happening on Celestia network. On the left side, you can see the ongoing on-adding list of these transactions, and you can see details of each particular transactions in separate tab. on Explorer. Also, on the right, you can see all rollups that are currently performing on Celestia underneath. And by the way, if you do not see your application or your rollup, please register it through Selenium, and it will be also listed here. And at the bottom of the page, you can see some like basic statistics like Celestia price, blobs flow per day, gas price also per day, and other cumulative values. And yeah, if you want to track have some like exercises on how to work with Celestia, you can click on this QR, scan this QR, and you can like try yourself on like capture the flag tasks by like navigating through Celestia. So basically that's it. Please vote for us, Selenium, Celestia Explorer, Celestia Hubble, and if you have any requests or ideas that you would like to see on this dashboard, please reach out.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Alex. So let me ask, what's your like medium to long-term roadmap for Celestia Hubble?
Oh, we really want to add something to add more visually accessible identification of rollups. So we want to put rollups as a planets, and to put all this, like from planets there are something like comets. They are going to Celestia globe, and it's increase as a blob size cumulative value also increase, and some kind of these dynamics, and to help like community also navigate on like health status of all systems. We want to add like health check page to this, so users will be able to track rollup performance and Celestia network overall performance as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much for answering. Alrighty. Well, that concludes all of the demos for today. I want to thank all of the teams for joining. Hopefully the community has a really good idea of just some of the teams that they're able to vote for. As I mentioned, there's many more, but we're very thankful for the developers that were available today to demo their projects. So hopefully this provides a very helpful context. So really thank you for all your time for joining. I know the audience appreciates it as well. I won't take much more of anyone's time, but the last thing I want to do, just for anyone in the audience that hasn't voted on DoraVota before, is just briefly show them the process to make sure that they know how to vote for some of the developers that presented here today. So I'm going to share my screen briefly. I think everyone can now see my screen. And this is basically how it works. This is the voting page right here. You can find the link to this page directly on the DoraHacks X account. We just tweeted, in addition to tweeting the live link for this demo session right now that we're on, we tweeted the link to access this page for all of the community. So that's the best place to find this page link, to make sure you're visiting the correct page directly, so you can find it directly on DoraHacks Twitter, as I mentioned. But once you navigate here, it's very simple. You connect your wallet. My wallet is already connected. And when you connect your wallet, you're assigned a certain number of voice credits based on how much TIA you have staked. And actually, the more TIA you have staked, you can't do it now because the snapshot's already been taken, but based on how much TIA you have staked, that actually determines how much voting power you have. And all the votes you cast are anonymous, as I mentioned, because it's done through MACI, which means no one will know, which direction you voted in. This is really important because it prevents collusion in on-chain voting applications. So once you've connected your wallet, as I mentioned, you'll see how much voice credits you have. I have 50. I can choose which teams I want to vote for, right? So say based on the presentations I saw today, I really liked Blessed. I really liked Private Venmode, and I really liked Block Bazaar. Let's just say, for example, that's who I'm voting for, right? I can cast votes for each of these teams. So maybe I want to cast 2 for Blast, maybe I want to cast 3 for Private Venmode, and maybe I want to cast, I don't know, even 4 for Block Bazaar. And why don't I vote for Sloth Chain too, actually? I can add in another 4 votes for sloth chain. So as you can see, this is actually measured quadratically. So even though I only cast, a small amount of votes, I'm actually using up 45 of my voice credits. Just to demonstrate this to you in another way, in case you're curious how it works, votes are scaled quadratically, which makes it harder, which basically limits the maximum amount of voting power some large staker can have, right? So if I want to vote off or blessed, I can't actually vote, I can't cast 50 voice credits to blessed. I can actually only cast 7. Because that would take up 49 votes, actually. Similarly, if I wanted to cast 2 votes, that would cost me 4. 3 would be 9, 4 would be 16, because that's the squared function of quadratic voting. So going back to what I had, I think I said 2 for blessed, 4 for sloth chain, 4 for private Venn mode, maybe 2 for block bazaar, for example. And by the way, after this demo session, I'll cancel this all out because I personally don't want to impact the outcome of the vote. So I can revote and cast the 0. I'll show you how that works too. But say this is what I want to submit, 40 voice credits. These are the 4 projects I'm voting for. Once I select them, I scroll to the bottom and I hit submit. And then I sign the transaction, generate my voting key. I approve the transaction. And then bear with me just a couple moments as the transaction completes. It takes a bit of time because the proofs are being generated. Okay, and now voting has been successful. And as you can see, this is my valid submission. These are the votes that I've cast. And now you're done. You voted for the teams you want. And as I mentioned, you can actually revote as many times as you want prior to the voting period ended. Like if you change your mind or you want to change the way you voted, you have the opportunity to revote your proof, which you can easily do. So I'll do that right now, just so I'm not impacting the results of this vote. I can overwrite and done. I've already canceled out who I voted for. But that's basically how it works. I just wanted to share with you really quickly. It's very simple to use. All you need is a Kepler wallet. We're sponsoring all the costs of gas, so you don't even need Dora token to vote because we've abstracted that away for this round. All of the gas is covered automatically. All you need to vote is having previously staked TIA. It costs you nothing to vote. So highly encourage the Celestia community, the Celestia token holder community, if you are indeed staking TIA, to get out there and vote for your favorite projects that presented here today, because you actually have a large say on which projects should receive additional funding. And that will obviously impact the future roadmap of this community. So you have a really important opportunity to take advantage of. So highly encourage everyone to do it. But with that being said, this basically concludes the demo session today. Once again, would love to thank all of the developers who submitted projects for joining today and taking some of your time to present to the community. And if anyone has any questions, highly encourage you to reach out to any of the teams. As I mentioned, DoraHacks is happy to connect you with any of the teams if you have any questions. I'm sure the teams themselves will be more than happy to answer any questions. Without further ado, I think that concludes the demo session. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thanks everyone.